Let's practice our memory verse. For this week, we'll be adding on one verse onto the part that we started memorizing last week from Psalm 100. This week, we'll be working on a new verse, Psalm 100, verse 3a. We'll be adding this on to the part that we've already learned. Let's begin by talking about our new part, and then we'll add it on with our part from last week. This week's verse goes like this. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. This verse is so important for us to remember because we need to come to God with joyful hearts and know that in all things, in all times, God is in control. So there's no reason for us to worry or be fearful. God's got this. So even in times where things look scary, we can know that the Lord is God and he is going to take care of us. That's what this verse is about. Let's start to practice it together. We're going to start practicing just the new verse, and then we'll add on the verse from last week. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. If you have hand motions that you'd like to make up for yourself to go along with this verse to help you memorize it, I encourage you to do that and practice those hand motions along with the words. Ready? Please repeat after me. Come into his presence with singing. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. Let's put it all together. Ready? Repeat after me. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. Let's do it again. Now we're going to put both of those sentences together. Ready? Repeat after me. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. How'd you do that time? Great, we're going to keep working on this the whole week. So if you don't have it down yet, that's okay. We're going to have lots of time to practice. It's so important to keep God's word in our heart so that when troubles come to our life, we have things from our heart and our head that we can pull to help us have strength. Let's say the verse now all together from last week's part all the way through with this week's part. I'm going to say it once for you. You don't need to say it with me this time, just listen. Psalm 100, verses 1 through 3a. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. Let's say it together. I'm going to say it twice. Once, I'll pause so you can repeat after me. And then the second time, we're going to see if we can say it all together. Ready? Repeat after me. Psalm 100, verses 1 through 3a. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. Excellent job. Let's try again now, all together without pausing. Now, if you're having trouble, don't worry. You can always just listen, and listening will help you memorize it as well. But if you feel brave enough, I want you to try to say it with me. Ready? Begin. Psalm 100, verses 1 through 3a. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. Excellent work this week. Let's keep practicing so we have God's word in our heart.